Good morning, guys. I hope you don't mind, but there's going to be a yard service working right now, so you're going to hear random noises here and there. I can't help it. I need to film, so let's just try to ignore it. Anyways, today I'm going to be starting on the clay pieces for one of my dragons. So I'm going to be doing something a little bit different with the feet. I've kind of started on one already, and you can kind of see we're going to be, hold on, focus on, there we go. You can see we are going to be using those claws that we made earlier. They came out really cool, and I'm going to be putting them on a wire frame, and then after that we're going to sculpt the rest of the feet. So I got one foot done. I'm going to bake them, and while they're baking we'll find something else to work on. Okay, so this is what our wireframe looks like before I added the claws and stuff. This one's for the back feet, so it doesn't have the thumb wire, but it's basically the same thing. And what we basically ended up doing different with this is we looped the ends. That way the little balls of clay have something to hold on to. And then we're going to be pushing our resined claws into the bases of these. So that's what I'm going to get done real quick. Now these won't have an amazing hold right now, so they may pop off if you do something similar. So what we're going to end up doing to make sure they're nice and secure, if they do pop off, we'll use some E6000 and glue them into place. And if they don't pop off, we're going to be resining over the whole foot anyways, and that should kind of help seal them in as well. There's the two front feet, and then we need to add the balls to these ones. Oh, and cover up the little glue spot. The main reason I do this is to not just lock in the wires into place, but to also make sure that the glue that I use to hold them into place doesn't seep out into the pan that I'm baking these in. So I try to make it as airtight as I can so the glue doesn't leak out and it stays where I put it. Otherwise it's just going to drip right off of the frame. Okay, I just need to add the claws to these. I made extra, so I may make some tiny horns on the head because we also need to get the head done as well. Okay, so I got our feet in the oven right now, they're baking, and while that's going, we're going to work on some of the sewing. So I think I'm going to work on the wings mainly right now, and I've got the fabric all cut out and stuff, but we need to start sewing them and making a wire frame for them. Oh, and while I'm getting all my fabric out, I figured I'd show you guys this fabric I picked up. I'm really excited to use this. Obviously it's fake, and it's really cool because it's soft and squishy to the touch, like real scales. And it's really smooth too because it's like got this gloss on it. But yeah, this is for a future project. It's not for a Halloween project, but I figured I'd show it to you anyways. I'll probably get a bunch of patterns drawn up pretty soon and cut this out for a piece. I'm trying to not show too much of what I'm working on in these vlogs because I do want the videos to be kind of a surprise, but it's kind of interesting trying to like show you stuff and not show you stuff at the same time, so hopefully I'm not like ruining the surprise of videos to come. I mean, there's some that I can't help but ruin because they're just too easy of a project. And right now I'm not really working on anything for my shop other than the things that are for the videos that are going into my shop. So yeah, most of the things I'm making right now are strictly for videos and for sale. Okay, I got those pinned together. Now I need to get my sewing machine out. And because we were working on so much black fur the other day, it is covered in black fuzz, so I gotta wipe it off real quick. Okay, so I got these put together, they're all sewn, and I need to flip them right side out now. And then we're going to work on the wire frame for inside of them. I think I'm going to do something a little bit more advanced than what I normally do. Get my hand out of there. Normally what I do is I just make a wire frame for the very top, but I think I want to make wires going down the different parts of the webs. That way I have the wires for each finger. I also need to make the wireframe for the body, so we're going to get that done too. If you watched my last vlog, I said I had to get more wire, so I did. I got about like $30 worth of wire. I got my little wire. This is a 20 gauge, and I usually get this at Hobby Lobby, but I wasn't going there or going to be around there, so I got this at Walmart. A little bit more expensive that way, but I got that. And then I have one thing of, where is it? I can never see it. 16 gauge wire, and then the other one is a 14 gauge wire, just something a little thicker. So I'm going to use these to make our wireframe for our wing. It's got everything drawn out, and then I also measured the cuts that I need to make for the wire. So anyways, while I was out getting my wire, I had something interesting kind of happen. We were leaving Lowe's after picking my wire up, and we were going to go to Walmart to get the little gauges of wire, and we walked by this one older couple leaving their car, and suddenly as they were walking away, their car started pulling out. There was no one in that car. At first we were like, oh, they're getting dropped off or something, but no, there was no one in the car, and it was making a screeching noise, and apparently the woman behind them was pulling into a spot and hit them and made the car just fly out of the parking space. So yeah, we almost got hit by a parked, non-occupied car. Okay, so I got the wireframe done for the wings. Here it is. I used Instamorph right here to make the claws and to connect the extra bits of wire together. And it's pretty strong. It's basically just a moldable plastic if you guys haven't seen me use it before. And now I need to slide the fabric over this. And I'm going to have to do it differently than how I normally do my wings, because normally I sew in all the lines and everything and just slide in one wire into the broken off different portion of the wing. And now, because we have all of these, we can't do that. So I think I'm going to have to slide it on now without doing any sewing, and we'll see how it looks, and we might have to just hand sew the little wire pieces into place. Okay, so I got a little bit of sewing done. I think I'm going to take a lunch break real quick, and then when I come back I need to take photos for Etsy. I need to upload a few different creatures to it, and then I think I'm going to get a few patterns drawn out and maybe cut some fabric out for future projects. Right now the wings are taking forever and I'm just kind of getting tired of them, so I need a little bit of a break before I start back up on them. Okay, so I got my fabric all cut out. You can probably guess what this is going to be. I'm really excited to do this one. And then these two are going to be a surprise. This one's going to get colored, so I don't have it cut out because it's just easier to color it that way and then cut it out. And yeah, that is what I'm going to be working on pretty soon. Okay, so I got my wings done, and I also got the wireframe done. So this is what our wings are currently looking like. They are not that bad. I am going to decorate them a little bit more, but they're pretty cool. And then we have the wire frame. I haven't finished it all the way because I need to make sure that it's strong enough to hold the head, and if it's not, I need to reinforce these wires. I also need to add the wires for the wings onto this, so I'm going to connect that and everything too. So those wings took me quite a bit of time to do because of the hand sewing. I still like how they look, but I'd really like it if I could have done it with the sewing machine so the lines could have been a little bit smoother, but I can't be that picky because I wanted to try something new. Anyways, it's getting kind of late, but I have a little bit more time, so I figured I'd really quickly varnish a few paintings that have been needing it. That one rose painting that I messed with earlier, I'm going to do that, and then I think I have one or two other paintings that I need to mess with. And then after I get all those done, I've got to make some bean burgers. I've been slow cooking black beans like all day, so it smells amazing in here. Okay, so the first painting that I'm going to varnish is this rose painting. You saw it probably in another vlog if you've been watching them, and what we did in the last vlog was just kind of clean up the edges so that they weren't so messy. I just wanted them a nice similar color to the rest, even though I'm going to frame it. So I'm going to use some varnish. And if you guys have never seen varnishing of a painting, these are actually really fun to watch. Because you can really see the colors start popping through once you add the varnish. Because a lot of the times with oil paints, they kind of matte up a little bit after they've dried. Some of them do, some of them will stay glossy and it just kind of looks odd. So you kind of need to varnish them to get a more cohesive look to them. Actually, a little bit more down here. Ooh, that was a lot. Okay. Good thing we're doing more than one. But yeah, I'm just lightly going over, making sure to get nice and even over it. And I'm also going to do the sides, even though it's not necessary. And then hopefully once this is dried, I can find a cool frame for it later. I still need to look for something. I think I want to go for like a gold or like a black frame. Because the other two pieces that this is hanging next to have a wooden frame and a silver frame. So I figured gold or black would be kind of nice to go against those two colors. Okay, and then this is the other one that I'm going to have enough time to get varnished. I have one other piece, but it needs a lot more work before I can re-varnish it. That's a whole new story. But basically this piece is an anniversary gift. It was recently our 10-year anniversary, and Michael really likes Gears of War, so I decided to do this and surprise him. I also bought a bunch of merchandise and stuff for it, just a fun little surprise for him. So this has been drying for quite a while, and I'm going to varnish it up, and hopefully all this black will start popping, because it does look really gray and kind of like bleh right now. But once we put the varnish on, it's going to be really dark. This was actually my first painting, trying to do this dripping technique, and it's not the greatest. I've seen people do a lot better with the dripping, but it was definitely fun, and if I could control it a bit more, I think I want to do it in one of my normal paintings. Maybe with like gold paint or something. But yeah, I'm just going to have to let these sit and take up all my workspace for the rest of the night, and then I can rehang them up. Okay guys, I think I'm gonna call it good today. I have quite a bit of stuff done. In fact, I have a lot of stuff laying about drying, so I don't really have much workspace to work with. So I kind of have to call it a good day for now. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, to all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!